but that, from all their SEO work, they're getting $9.2 million a month in free advertising from Google, basically, right? 13.7 million eyeballs on that website every month from their SEO work. What's up, guys? It's John Crenshaw with UFO. I wanted to show you something and talk about how Wise.com, formerly TransferWise, is driving $9.2 million a month in organic search traffic from SEO. So let's talk about how they're doing that crazy, insane amount of traffic, $9.2 million a month. And for those of you that don't know what this traffic value number is, this is an estimate of what it would cost. So this tool, Ahrefs, looks at all of the rankings, all the keywords that Wise.com is ranking for, formerly TransferWise, and it looks at all the keywords they're ranking for. Then it looks at the price, the cost per click that you would have to pay to Google if you were paying for clicks for those keywords. And then it estimates based on that what the value of that traffic is, essentially if you were paying for it. You've also got the total amount of traffic every month here, 13.7 million visits a month. That is crazy. Now, how are they doing this? Let me pull in a screenshot here so you can see this, or my other browser window. So one of the major things they do here is they are ranking for bank routing number searches. So if you search B of A, Bank of America routing number, this number 2 result here is TransferWise, or now I guess it's called Wise. They must have just rebranded recently. And look at this, Bank of America routing number. Let me shrink my window here. So it has the actual routing number of Bank of America. And if you click this, look at this. It's got Bank of America of Alabama, of Arkansas, of Connecticut, of Florida, of Hawaii. It's got and I've found all the banks, all the routing numbers in every state and for every bank in the United States. They might have other countries as well. I'm not sure. They have them all listed on their site. They have a page just like this. And look at this page. It's really just giving you the Bank of America routing number as essentially a landing page. But as a process, if we scroll down, Bank of America routing numbers, they're actually not really selling TransferWise too hard on this page. They do have a CTA here to send money internationally, and that takes you to the Wise transfer page. Now, if you don't know who TransferWise is or Wise, this is a way to send money internationally. It's like a competitor to Western Union. If you need to send money to somebody overseas, TransferWise can help you do that. So, they're driving all this traffic, but a lot of it is on these routing numbers. So think about, why would Wise.com want to rank for bank routing numbers, right? That's not, if you really think about the target audience for Wise.com, how many of those people searching for a routing number, in Google, are actually in need of sending money internationally, especially like right then at that time? My guess is it's tiny. It's absolutely tiny. So if you look at this strategy that Wise is using with these pages through the lens of what is going to drive a conversion, for Wise.com right now, this doesn't really make that much sense, right? It doesn't make a ton of sense. There's definitely some overlap. I have no doubt these pages convert to an extent, but my guess is they convert at a pretty small rate, especially because if you're looking for the routing number, let's say you're sending money internationally, you've already decided to do it, and you're looking up the routing number for whatever reason, you can't find yours or something. You're looking up the routing number in order to do that, and you're actually in the process of sending money. Even if that was you, you've probably already decided who you're going to use. You're probably already using Western Union, or already using Wise, or already using something else. So even if you're really like that, at that moment looking for the service, about to use the service that Wise provides, you've still already probably made your decision by the time you go looking for a routing number, right? So if you think about it from that perspective, why are these pages, it doesn't really make sense why Wise would publish pages like these. Go to this effort, all these routing number pages, and try to drive all this traffic. But if you think about this from a brand perspective, it makes perfect sense, right? What do you do when you buy brand advertising? You're buying billboards, buying TV spots, things like that. You're just getting in front of as many people as possible. You're trying to get your brand name top of mind. You're trying to increase salience. and increase the likelihood that somebody is going to remember you when they need to use your service. You're not necessarily trying to convert that person right then and there, right? That's not really what brand advertising does. You're just trying to increase the likelihood that when they think, I need to transfer money internationally, that they think of you, right? And that's all TV's doing. That's all billboards are doing. And that's what they're doing here with this content, right? If every time, you search for a routing number, they're getting, every person that does this, they're getting a free brand impression every single time. And individually, these aren't going to convert very high, but it's not really any different than running a TV or radio ad. And what are they getting? They're getting, I don't know what the total is just from those pages because I didn't add them all up, but that from all their SEO work, they're getting $9.2 million a month in free advertising from Google, basically, right? 13.7 million eyeballs on that website every month from their SEO work, and those routing number pages are a big part of that. So it's helpful to think of, it's always a good idea to start low funnel. Start with start with content that is actually going to convert people. Start with content that is going to speak to somebody when they're right before that moment of conversion, and get them to convert on your site or buy your product or submit a lead form on your site. Start there. But don't be afraid to create content for the purpose of brand building, because you can do this as well. And this is $9.2 million they don't have to spend on TV. They don't have to spend on billboards every single month. So it's pretty powerful.